All right, so good afternoon, everyone. All right. So similar to how he was saying, I will be talking with you all about the the power of positivity and the necessity of negativity, both of which are very necessary to live fulfilling and successful lives. So when I was growing up, I grew up in Houston, in a rural area down in the outskirts of Houston. I'm the youngest of three brothers. I was raised by my mother on her own because when I was a young age, my father passed away. Now, of course, in life, you're always going to experience positives and negatives, and the way you choose to incorporate and use these is going to determine the standard of living you have as well as the type of life you have. So, although for me, positivity has been a huge part of my life, the negatives are what made me the person you see standing in front of you. So when I said before that when I was young, my father passed away, more specifically, when I was 6, my father committed suicide. Now, as you can imagine, it was probably a negative time in my life. My mother, she experienced a nervous breakdown. My brothers and I were experiencing emotional and physiological, psychological stress. So this was a very hard time for me and my family, but it also shaped me into the person that I am today and the man you see before you. But that's not without positivity. Positivity and negativity both help to shape who I am today. Now, I'm sure you all know the standard, okay, positivity can increase your lifespan, decrease stress, that same old, so I'm not gonna lecture you about that. What I'm here to talk about is the effects of positivity on your life. So I show you this list only to highlight that it's widely accepted and widely known that positivity does have benefits for your life. And then this is most likely, I guess most people understand this and accept this to be true. Now I show you this list, and this list is also a list of benefits of positivity, but this list differs from the previous one in that this is talking specifically about benefits of positivity and their effects on life in terms of professionally, socially, relationship-wise, and academic-wise. So in order to excel in these areas, it would be in our best interest to use and utilize positivity. Because who doesn't want to be successful in their profession, their career, academics, and relationships? Exactly, everyone does, right? But I will tell you a story. So come back with me 18 years. It's a hot day in Houston, Texas. It's me and my family. We're going to a friend's cookout. There are a bunch of friends there, lots of family members, my brothers, my cousins, everybody. We're having a great time. So I'm a young child at the time, and so I'm playing with the rest of the children at the cookout, and customarily at a cookout, there's a grill. This grill is hot. It's used to cook the food or grill the food, and that's very customary. So me at the time, I did not know what a grill was. I was unaware of what it did, what it was utilized for. So me being the curious, rambunctious kid I was, I wanted to go and inspect this grill. So one of the adults saw me going towards the grill. They realized that a child in a steaming hot grill probably shouldn't interact, so they told me to stay away. They pointed me back to the children's section and told me to go back there and that I could harm myself if I interacted with this grill. So I went back for a little while, and me being the stubborn child I am, or I was, I went back to the grill and I was inspecting it. So the grill's here, I'm looking at it, I don't know what it really does, I'm not sure what it is. I wasn't at the age where I was able to understand the concept of, I guess, a grill or what it was used for. So in my naivety, I reach out and I touch the grill, immediately burning my hand, searing pain, I'm crying, yelling out. Everyone at the cookout is looking at me because I burned my hand essentially. And even though, I guess the point of that story is, even though I really don't know what day it was, I don't know where I was at, how many people were there, who was there, or even whose cookout it was, but what I can tell you is I remember being burned. And what I can tell you is that I never burned myself on a grill again. And that's because I remembered that distinctly. I remembered that pain. I remembered that negative sensation. And I remember that above all else in the experience, which is really, I guess, a necessity in terms of living and achieving successfully and making sure that we are surviving. Now, our brains have a negativity bias in the sense that we will remember negative memories greater than positive ones, and this is to help protect us. So from an evolutionary standpoint, we are more likely to succeed and live if we can remember negative experiences that are detrimental to our success and our health, because we're able to better cope with them in the future and deal with them should we come against these problems or obstacles later on in our life. Now, negativity has a place in society and even in our own thoughts. So a quote I have from Dr. Christian Jarrett, who is a psychological writer, he says, by thinking realistically, and of course even negatively, about the obstacles to success, it helps us pick challenges we're likely to win and avoid wasting time. Now with that being said, think about all the time we would waste and all the opportunities that would pass us by if we focused on achieving things that, although we might be able to achieve under extreme circumstances, we would probably never be able to attain. Imagine how much time we would spend wasting or how many opportunities would pass us by as we struggle to get these successes and achievements that we'll never be able to accomplish. Another story. So I've played the piano since I was a young boy. I'm actually rather good at it, or at least I like to think so. I've been playing since I was a small child. I consider myself good at the piano, but I'm not great. And I never will be. And I'll tell you why. The actual physical dexterity of my fingers and hands limits me from being able to play advanced types of music, such as classical or advanced other genres of music on the piano. And so in that sense, I will never be able to do that, and I will never be that great of a piano player. Now, obviously, I still play piano, I still enjoy it, but there's only a limit as to how good I will be at the piano. No matter how hard I try, no matter how many hours or countless practices I do, I will reach a level and I will not be able to pass that level simply because of the physical dexterity of my hand and fingers. Now I say this because without negativity, there's a chance that we will never find our true passion or we will spend hours blind to it. But without positivity, with positivity, we have an increased chance of succeeding at this said passion. So think about all the things that you like doing, all the things that you are interested in now, and think about if you had never had the chance to think about or realize that because you were too busy realizing or focusing on something else that you would never be able to, fully succeed or achieve in. Think of how many things you would miss, how many opportunities you would, have passed you by. If I had studied and maybe focused all my energy on playing the piano and trying to reach a level that I would never achieve, I might have never found out that I enjoyed other musical endeavors. I might have never found out that I love science, that I love biology. I might have never understood that or never had the chance to realize that because I was too focused on the wrong thing. So thinking negatively about certain aspects in life can actually be a positive, and it can actually benefit you in your terms of the journey of life and the venture. So I'll leave you with this painting, or this, familiar yin and yang type thing, where it shows that both negative and positive aspects of life are very essential. And even though negativity often has a negative bias or viewpoint about it, it is just as essential as positivity. Because similar as to how there can be no darkness without light, there can be no negative without positivity, and no positivity without negativity. So I leave you in saying that please, think about each side of the coin and think about how each is related to one another in everything that you do, because you don't want to blindly use positivity in your life while regarding or disregarding negativity and then not living a fulfilling life. So in the end, thank you, and that's my talk.